I had always considered my sister Jennifer my closest ally. Growing up, we were a team, navigating the ups and downs of life together. So when Jennifer announced her engagement, I assumed I'd play a central role in the wedding. After all, wasn't I supposed to be the maid of honor? But as the months passed and wedding plans unfolded, I noticed an unsettling trend: I wasn't being included. The first clue came in the form of casual conversations with mutual friends. Jennifer had reached out to my social circle, inviting them to be part of her bridal party and attend exclusive pre-wedding events. I, however, remained in the dark. At first, I brushed it off as a misunderstanding. Surely my invitation was delayed. Or maybe Jennifer had a grander surprise in mind for my role. But as weeks turned into months, it became clear I wasn't invited. When I finally confronted Jennifer, her response was baffling. "I didn't want to burden you," she explained with a saccharine smile. "You've been so busy lately. Besides, I thought your friends could represent you." My protests were dismissed with patronizing reassurances, leaving me both hurt and confused. The day of the wedding arrived, and I stayed home, unsure of how to process my emotions. Meanwhile, my phone buzzed constantly with updates from my friends, who were excitedly sharing photos from the lavish event. The irony was almost unbearable: my friends were front and center at Jennifer's wedding while I, the bride's own sister, was nowhere to be seen. From the pictures, I pieced together a chaotic scene. Jennifer's need for control had turned her into a bridezilla. The bridal party was frazzled, the seating arrangements were a mess, and even the cake arrived late. The tension came to a boiling point during the reception when one of my friends accidentally spilled red wine on Jennifer's pristine white gown. Jennifer's furious outburst silenced the entire room, leaving everyone embarrassed and uncomfortable. My friends, feeling out of place, had struggled to connect with Jennifer's other guests. What should have been a magical day became a lesson in mismanagement. Meanwhile, at home, I decided I couldn't just sit and stew. I got in my car and drove to the venue, my emotions a whirlwind of anger and resolve. When I arrived, I stayed in the shadows, observing the event. When I saw one of my friends on the verge of tears after being chastised by Jennifer, my patience snapped. I stormed into the reception, causing heads to turn. "Jennifer!" I called out, my voice ringing with authority. "Enough. This stops now." The room froze. Jennifer's face turned pale, then crimson. "You have no right to be here," she hissed. "No right?" I countered. "I'm your sister. And while you excluded me, I'm not going to stand by and let you destroy the people I care about." The tension escalated as whispers rippled through the guests. My sudden presence became the talk of the evening. Among the guests, my eyes locked with a man I'd never seen before. He was standing by the bar, his sharp suit and calm demeanor a stark contrast to the chaos around him. After my confrontation with Jennifer, he approached me. "That was bold," he said, offering a small smile. "I'm Alex, by the way. Friend of the groom." I shook his hand, feeling a spark of connection. "Emma," I replied. "Sister of the bride." The excluded one, apparently. Alex chuckled. "Well, your entrance definitely livened up the party. Want to grab some fresh air?" I hesitated, glancing at the guests who were still buzzing with gossip, then nodded. We stepped outside, the cool night air a welcome relief. Over the course of the evening, Alex and I talked about everything from family drama to our favorite books. For the first time in weeks, I felt genuinely seen and heard. A week later, Jennifer called me. I expected an apology, but instead, my sister launched into an accusatory tirade. "Your friends were a disaster," Jennifer snapped. "They were uncooperative and distracted. If you had been there, things would have gone smoothly. You let me down." I was stunned. "Let you down?" I echoed. "You didn't even invite me, Jennifer. How was I supposed to help?" But Jennifer refused to take responsibility, doubling down on her narrative that my absence had caused the chaos. As Jennifer continued to rant, she revealed the deeper truth behind my exclusion. "You've always stolen the spotlight," Jennifer spat. "This was supposed to be my moment. I thought keeping you out would finally let me shine. My heart sank. The betrayal cut deeper than I had imagined. In the weeks that followed, Jennifer's behavior worsened. Rumors about me spread like wildfire, and I discovered she had told relatives and mutual friends that I had intentionally sabotaged her wedding. When confronted by one of our aunts at a family gathering, I had to defend myself against a litany of false accusations. Jennifer's relentless campaign against me turned every interaction into a battleground. One evening, I found myself standing outside Jennifer's apartment, fueled by equal parts fury and desperation. I pounded on the door until she answered. "We need to talk," I demanded, storming inside. Jennifer glared at me. "What now?" "I know what you've been saying about me," I shot back. "And it ends tonight. You've twisted the narrative to make me the villain while you play the victim. Enough is enough." Our argument erupted into a shouting match. Years of buried resentment spilled out like a dam breaking. Jennifer accused me of overshadowing her in every aspect of our lives, while I accused her of projecting her insecurities onto me. The confrontation left us both emotionally raw, but no closer to reconciliation. Amid the turmoil, Alex became my anchor. He helped me see that I didn't need Jennifer's approval or validation to move forward. One night, after a particularly rough day, he took me to a hidden gem of a restaurant in the city. Over candlelight and a bottle of wine, he confessed, "Emma, I can't stand seeing you hurt like this. You deserve so much more than this chaos. You deserve peace and love." His words struck a chord deep within me. For the first time, I realized how much I had been sacrificing my happiness for the sake of a relationship that only brought me pain. That evening, Alex and I shared our first kiss, marking the beginning of a new chapter in my life. One night, during a gathering with friends, I heard a startling revelation. A mutual acquaintance shared that Jennifer had been spreading rumors about me, blaming me for the wedding's failures and painting me as jealous and unsupportive. Furious, I confronted Jennifer one last time, demanding an explanation. Jennifer's tearful confession was a mix of envy and insecurity, but it came too late. I realized I could no longer sacrifice my peace for someone unwilling to change. As the months turned into years, Jennifer's choices began to catch up with her. Relationships she had strained in her quest for control grew distant, and she found herself isolated. Whether Jennifer and I would ever reconcile remained uncertain. But I had found peace, knowing I had done everything I could to mend the relationship while protecting my own well-being. Alex and I grew closer, and what started as a serendipitous meeting at a chaotic wedding blossomed into a loving partnership. He became a constant source of support and joy, helping me build a future where I prioritized my happiness. For me, the experience was a painful but valuable lesson. Sometimes, family isn't defined by blood but by the people who truly care for you. And with that knowledge, I stepped into a brighter, freer future with Alex by my side.